pink champagne, I'm totally vibing. It's true what they say, it's all about timing.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Unscripted, and this is Western Wednesdays. My name is C Chronicles. If you're joining this channel for the very first time, I post vlogs, which is my life outside fragrance reviews, but have also decided to post Western fragrance reviews on this channel. And what we do on Wednesdays is I bring a cluster of fragrances from the same house so that it helps you sit through one video and listen to my take on as many fragrances that I would have had my hands on from just one house. So if you're new, please do consider subscribing. But if you're returning, thank you so much for the continued support. Today we have Diptyque. I have a discovery set of Diptyque. Why I am holding the cover instead of everything is because I have done this. So I'm trying to avoid dropping things. Okay, so the Diptyque discovery set that I have comes like that. Okay, it actually comes with 5, and then there's a cloth there. I'm going to give you a close-up of the Diptyques there. There is 5 in there: Flur The Pure, DONON, Rose, PYLOS, and Ophion, right? But separately, I also have these little ones. I have Tamdao. They're all 5 mils, guys. And then I have Nabati, and I have L'Ombre Danzelu, and then I have and then I have DONON, the EDT. So do take note that we have 2 DONONs here. We have DONON, the EDT, which is the one I'm going to start with, and then we have DONON, the EDP. So if you hear me talking about the DONONs twice, it's not a mistake. It's because the first one is going to be the EDT. So in a nutshell, this video is going to present 9 of the Diptyque fragrances in one sitting, and I do hope you will find it interesting enough. So let us start. I'm just trying to take a tester paper in here. I'm going to open it, and I know it's going to be a little bit of some work, but I have to open it and give you a close-up of it, right? So this is DONON, okay, EDT, right? Hope you can see that clearly, guys. So we're going to give it a quick spray on this paper. Just one spray is enough because, these fragrances are not cheap, right? So I'm going to tell you my thoughts. Now, immediately, it opens up with a gorgeous, clean, white floral. One of the most feminine feels in a fragrance, I'm gonna say, you're gonna get from DONON, the EDT. And that white floral that is very prominent there is gonna be the tuberose. It's actually a mood altering type of tuberose that feels or makes the wearer feel sexy. It's narcotic in a way. It feels femme fatale, if you will. Clean, but the tuberose maybe has like a jasmine nuance, or there's something that's bouncing off, feeling as though it's like a jasmine thing underlying there. That tuberose is divine. It's elegant, it's crisp, it's summery, but has the potential to cross through seasons as well, so by this I mean it's not like just your light clean fragrance. That tuberose is really making a statement. And I can say, when it comes to DONON, the EDT, if you're one of those people that were bummed when the MK got discontinued, the Michael Kors by Michael Kors got discontinued, you're gonna get a similar feel of a tuberose in this. Kind of feels as though it's in the same vein, or it's in the same fragrance family or same DNA as this, guys, this DONON, the EDT. So you can go ahead and purchase this one as a replacement. I'm not sure in terms of the pricing, whether the pricing would make sense, considering that it's a Diptyque, but you can try it out, or you can go and sniff it and see, if it's something that you will like. But it's definitely one of my favorites in this collection, and it's the first one on the lineup. Let us take the second one from this actual bigger vials. Okay, we're going to take the DONON, the EDP. So we're going to spray DONON, the parfum, on the piece of paper, and then I'm going to tell you my thoughts. Now, there are slight differences to these 2 fragrances. So for some, depending on your nose, if you cannot get past the tuberose, you're going to feel as though they're a continuation of each other. But I get something that's distinctly different here. There's a warm spiciness to this, though it does have that tuberose. There's an underlying greenness that you're going to get in this one. There's a neroli feel, adding a citrus weight to that intoxicating tuberose. So yes, it does have the tuberose, but it doesn't make it just about the tuberose. There's a leafy feel that you're going to get in this particular one, guys, that is weighing on that same tuberose. The crispness that you get from the EDT in this is not really there. I wouldn't call this one a crisp fragrance. Rather, I would call it a warm, kind of comforting type of fragrance. Even cold to an extent. It just depends on how your nose is going to interpret this. And of course, there is that, citric nature, but it doesn't take over the moment. It just weighs in as a green leafy citrus feel of maybe petitgrain or that neroli. It has a decent lasting power of about 8 hours. But the lasting power, weirdly enough, does not stray that much from this one. If I didn't say the lasting power of the EDT, I get 7 to 8 hours. Now on this one, I get 8.5, 9 hours pushing it depending on sprays. When I wore it at the time, it was going on and on and on, especially on skin. And my skin sometimes, especially if it's in the cold, tends to eat up fragrances. So because I could smell it even later on during the day, I knew that this is one that I can cap as a fragrance that lasts the whole day, which is about 8 hours, 9 hours, somewhere thereabouts. People around you will be able to smell you in the scent bubble. And then on number 3, and this is in no particular order. This is not me rating them. This is just me showing you one after the other. Number 3 is going to be Rose EDP. Again, okay, so it comes in that 7.5 ml vial. And because it says Rose, we're going to, obviously know that this is going to be a rose-scented scent. And absolutely so. It has a triple dose of the rose. So make sure you do love that rose, a very fresh lemony rose there before you purchase this one, or at least smell it if you're not sure about how rosy it is. Comes across as aromatic as well, fruity. There's a fruity undertone to this rosiness. There's a green fleshy feel of the anti-choke that you're going to get in here. So it's rose and a greenness of as though you're squeezing into that that anti-choke there. If you have done that before, you will feel wafts of that in this. And then there is a sparkling lychee. That sparkling lychee is the same weight, is the same thing that I was talking about when I was talking about a fruity feel. So there is a weight of the lychee that comes into the mix there, but adding somewhat of an aquaticness, like a light aquatic but fruity tone to this otherwise rose and more rose, type of fragrance. This immediately reminded me of Byredo's Rose of No Man's Land. And for some people, this is going to give them wafts of a little bit of Delina, just a little bit of Delina. It's one of those that if you like the Delina DNA, you're going to be able to do this one with no problems whatsoever. I also get a fragrance, guys, that is 70% feminine in this. So men can wear it if they want, but make sure that you don't have a problem with rose, because it's that rose that's kind of pushy there. And this one, because of the triple dose of that rose, has got a 7, 8, even 9 hour longevity as well, because the rose does really tie and do the most in there. So it is the third one on the lineup, guys, Rose from Diptyque. Number 4, guys, is going to be L'Ombre d'Anjou. Now, I was in the duty-free shop the other day and I actually put this fragrance like this. Not this particular one, but I just did this to the camera. And when I do that, it's to remind myself that out of all, the fragrance shopping that I was doing, this was outstanding. This L'Ombre d'Anjou, guys, is an awesome fragrance. And I'm just going to put it at number 1. This, I'm just going to outright shoot it up to number 1 as my favorite out of the whole 9, out of the entire 9 that I'm here to talk about, right? So I'm going to spray it on a piece of paper with a heavy heart, because I'd love to really savor this. So, okay, because it's a little bit smallish there, but I spray it like that. Okay, so that is L'Ombre d'Anjou, and this is EDT. It comes across as piercing to my nose, and it comes across as green. And if you know me, I do not like green, aromatic, piercing type of fragrances, but in this concoction, it just works. There is a spiciness to this. It's all about a well-blended cassis together with that black currant. Now, why I'm mentioning the word, or why I'm including well blended, is cassis and blackcurrant can easily have a fragrance go east or south, depending on how it's blended. But in this, it absolutely works. And I think what I love about it the most is its nostalgic feel. It kind of reminds me of, me growing up walking through this garden, passing through a leafy black currant and kind of pushing it to the side there. And you have remnants of it left on your hands there, because maybe you've plucked some of it by mistake, and you just smell your hand there and it smells very distinct and so realistic. This L'Ombre d'Anjou. So so realistic to an extent that if you hate the smell of that black currant, you can almost make a mental shortcut. If you hate cassis, you hate black currant, you can make a mental shortcut that you're not going to like this. There's no need to smell it because that's exactly what you're going to get. Actually feels like the bud even of the black currant, very prominent there, but of course in a perfumey way. And then the dry down of it has the citruses coming into the mix, possibly to kind of like neutralize things there, but the citruses don't do much in making this this black currant cassis leaf feel of the fragrance dissipate. It doesn't dissipate, it stays there. It's just that the that those citruses just go on to add a little bit of some watering down of that tanginess of that black currant. Gorgeous fragrance this. I did not know I would love a green fragrance to this extent, but this is beautiful, guys. Last till the next couple of washes this. By this I mean you can wear it in the morning, the whole day, take your clothes to the washer, wash them, iron them, and it's gonna rise up. That's how strong this thing is. And make sure to be mindful of the people around you, because a little can go a long way and be a little bit too much there, especially if you're around people that do not like this type of scent profile, because it does have that realistic, distinct greenness of that leafiness in it, guys. And weirdly enough, it's an EDT. So if they do have an EDP of this, I don't know what to say, guys. I honestly don't know what to say, unless the EDP is going to be like the DONON, where it's not really a continuation or something like that. But this EDT is doing the most, to an extent that even as I go to buy, unless the EDP has got remnants of this, then I would rather just stick to this, because I think this is beautiful to my nose, guys. It's the fourth one on the lineup, L'Ombre d'Anjou. And that L'Ombre d'Anjou, if I did not mention, is a unisex fragrance, but I'm going to put it at maybe 68-70% masculine, because it's a sort of DNA that maybe some women are going to find too much, but I absolutely love that. Anyway, on number 5, guys, is going to be Orpheon. Okay, number 5 is going to be Orpheon, and this is an EDP. So we're going to spray it on the tester paper, and then I'm going to tell you my thoughts. But I remember vividly that this one was one of those that were also 70% masculine, because it has a woody tone to it, but it's not masculine in the sense that it's cologne-y. It just is masculine in the weight that just by smelling it like this is a DNA that is going to be very easy on the men, but does carry that unisex tone to it, especially after that pop, the very first pop there, 30 minutes in, you're going to have a powdery weight weighing onto, oh, I didn't realize I got 2 of these. Okay, this is the one I sprayed. Okay, after about that 30-minute mark, you're going to have like a powdery weight, a gorgeous powder weighing in here, kind of putting a makeup-y feel in the mix, which makes it safe enough for women to like. But the initial opening is going to be spicy, it's going to be clean, it's going to be woody, it's going to be aromatic to an extent, and then that powdery weight comes into the mix, reminiscent of the violet flower. It could even be iris or something like that, and it's going to give this fragrance a musky dry down, right? Something that feels sexy for both genders. So another one with a decent lasting power, this is because it's a tonka that ties down everything in the end, and a cedar. The two in tandem usually give a fragrance longevity. So it is that tonka, though not distinct like too much of the tonka, but because the tonka mixes with the cedar, there is that woody tie down there that then makes this one last the whole day. Okay, and it is also one that I would certainly say is full bottle worthy if money was of no object, guys. So this is number 5 on the lineup, Orpheon from Diptyque. Tam Dao, guys. Tam Dao is sitting on number 6, and this is an EDT. Unfortunately, this is not exactly what I was expecting. Let me give you a close-up of Tam Dao. Okay, I had a lot of hopes. I was hoping the way I feel about L'Ombre d'Anjou, I was hoping the way I feel about DONON is going to be the way I feel about Tam Dao, because there's a lot of hype around Tam Dao for some reason. So it was one of those that when I was like, oh wow, I got Tam Dao, and I was actually bummed because I was wishing Tam Dao would be in the bigger bottle. But then after spraying it, I was like, oh, okay, this is karmic. It's working on my side, the fact that it's in a small bottle. Now, it's not a bad fragrance. It's not a bad fragrance, but it just comes across as overhyped to me. It's a fragrance that has a pop of that sandalwood. So you're going to get a sandalwood top there, but then it just quickly fizzles. All right. After that, there's going to be the rosewood and the cedar, and it just becomes a nice, calming, dry scent that's giving you a little bit of everything and trying to be so safe to an extent that it's fresh, it's woody, it's dusty, it's earthy, it's warm, it's comforting, it's soft, it's soapy. That's what I get, you know, a fragrance that's just trying so much to be loved. And I can see how a lot of people would love this because it is crowd pleasing, but I'm just saying I'm a little underwhelmed there because I was expecting this to be like the best of the best based on, you know, the reviews out there. The initial burst, yes, is gorgeous. It's going to give you that even unisex feel in the initial burst where even females will say, oh, I love it, because it also has a little bit of a creaminess there. But as it dries down, it kind of aligns 80%, you know, with the masculine tones or with the masculine tone fragrances there. And that sandalwood seems to drop significantly. So to some it's going to vanish, to some it's going to be there, but in the background. So yeah, that is what I can say about Tamdao, guys. I personally, based on the other ones, wouldn't buy this one full size, but I can see how other people can like this fragrance. One of those fragrances that if you spray on skin, because I sprayed it on skin and I sprayed it on my clothes, and it does interpret differently in terms of lasting power on the skin and on the clothes. So it's a tricky one there where I can't put a lasting power on the skin. My skin seemed to eat it up. On the clothes, it was going on forever. So it's got to be no specific this time Dao, but yeah, you can give it a try, guys, if you are looking to try one of the diptyques, but it's definitely not one that I would buy in full size, even if money was of no object. It's the 6th one on the lineup, and it's Tamdao, the EDT. And now number 7 is going to be Philo. Let's see, which one is Philo? Philoscos. Okay, so number 7 is going to be Philoscos, and Philoscos is in the EDP, right? So it's the one that is kind of mishmash there in terms of the writing, where the name of it is kind of fused with the artwork there, but that is Philoscos. Let us spray Philoscos on the tester paper as per usual, and remember this is the 7th one on the lineup, and we have 9, so we just have 2 more to go after this one. So this is Philoscos, okay? And the thing I can say about this fragrance, or the range in particular, is, or at least the ones that I have, it's not pushy. It's understated elegance. It's elegance. It's elegance. It's the entire range. The entire ones that I got are not trying too hard, if you know what I mean. And it just is a range that makes you feel that smelling good shouldn't really be pushing it, if you will, right? So Philoscos EDP is green toned, so it's going to be the one that's more green amongst not the one that's more green. I'm wrong there. I've forgotten about my the names are eluding me. My L'Ombre d'Anzlou, it doesn't get greener than that. Okay, so this is going to be green, woody, fresh, but not as green as that one that I showed you there. And it's going to be distinctly fig. Now, I also grew up around fig, so this is another one that is nostalgic to my nose. This is fig, and more fig. You're going to get the smell of the fig tree itself. Say somebody would cut the fig tree down, you're going to get, that smell there. You're going to smell the bud of the fig. You're going to smell the fig itself. You're going to smell the leaf of the fig itself. We didn't cut through the figs as we were growing up. We always used to open them, and they would burn us here, because the fig fruit has got this, thingy of, it's so notorious. It'll burn it'll give you like scars there, but would eat it nonetheless because we just loved it. And that is what I get here. It just takes me straight to those days when I was growing up. Okay, just like as you've plucked the fig, or you're walking past the fig tree, or somebody has just chopped into the fig tree. It's faintly sweet, and if you know fig, you will know that it's not too sweet. Just the smell of it. The taste of it may be sweet, but the smell of it is not very, very sweet. It's lightly sweet, lightly green, lightly woody, that sort of thing. And then the dry down is joined in by like a water of the coconut, not necessarily the coconut. So I'm not going to say this is going to lean tropical. It's more of the coconut water. So that is the mix that you're going to get here. I find this one is going to be one that's going to be challenging to some people, especially if you do not like that smell of the fig. If you don't like the smell of leaves, you probably won't like this one, especially fresh leaves there. That's what you're going to get, but it is a fragrance that leaves a trail. So people are going to be able to, smell this around you. You're going to be in this nice scent bubble, right? But it's not going to be too pushy, not as green pushy as the other one, but it's going to be felt, okay? And I'm going to put this one as prominent for the first 2.5 hours, after which it becomes almost like a close to the to the skin type of fragrance where the wearer enjoys it more than the people around them. So this is not the sort of green that I'm going to say be mindful of the people around you. You can go to town with this sort of green tone of the fragrance there, but it is, you know, a fragrance that's green nonetheless. So I just had to say that. So it's the 7th one on the lineup, guys, Philosopos. Number 8, guys, is going to be Nabati. If you've been watching the little miniatures when I arranged them and stuff like that, you know I've had this for a very long time in my collection, and I never got to review it or anything like that, but I did wear it. And the one thing I can say about this is, I mean, if I wasn't doing a review, I wouldn't even, you know, spray it. There would be no need, because this fragrance just speaks to me almost immediately as one that is in the same vein as Dune, the Dune by Dio. That's what you're going to get. Mostly, that is exactly what you're going to get. But anyway, for the purposes of the video, let's just spray there. Okay, so this is Nabati, a 2023 release. And it's an EDP. Now, if you're one of those people that loved that Dune by Dio, this one's gonna do it for you. Cedar, amber, those are the notes listed. Okay, petit grain, something that to expect here. Palm tree, they said. Peru balsam, bergamot, and immortal. That is what you expect. Very nice, aromatic, toned fragrance with that classic feel to it, an underlining aldehydic kind of tone to it. Woody green, that sort of serving, but comes across as mature also. The sort of fragrance that maybe the DNA is going to be liked, say, by mothers, especially now that we are around Mother's Day, that sort of thing. Though is something that I'm calling, you know, something that can be liked by mothers or vintesque to an extent. It is unisex, but I'm going to put it at 60% feminine leaning and 40% masculine leaning, but it is a perfect balance, you know, of that. So perfect, and last till the next wash. This one, this is another one that after you wash your clothes, ironing there, it's gonna just rise up there, and a little will go a long way. So this is definitely going to be value for money out of the 9 in terms of longevity, as well as the other one that I did say last till the next wash. So it is the 8th one on the lineup here, Nabati EDP. Now the last one, which is number 9, guys, is going to be Flur The Pure. Flur The Pure, and this is also an EDP released in 2018. So let us give it a quick spray there, and then I will tell you my thoughts, right? Okay, so this is Flur The Pure. Now, if I'm botching some of those names, please bear with me. Okay, I'm doing the best I can to just pronounce them the way I would pronounce them in English. Close to French, if you will. Okay, so aldehydes is what I get here. Earthy, floral, woody type of scent with a musky feel to it. Powdery, iris as well, and then it has a faint leather tone to it there. The leather is faint because it's the florals here that kind of speak the most, and a spicy pink peppercorn type of feel. So do expect a spicy, woody, earthy toned fragrance. It is also interesting in the sense that it does have the carrot note. Whether that does anything for you, I do not know. Also, it has the inclusion of the sandalwood and powdery, soft, warm feel. But though powdery, it also has a long-lasting appeal to it. So it is a long-lasting fragrance. I think maybe it's the mix of the leather and everything else there that ties it there. So it is also another one that I'm going to cap as a value for money there. You're going to get tons of compliments in this one because it leaves a trail for 4 hours or so. You're going to have that, you know, scent trail following you about. And it's also room feeling. So you're going to have that lingering scent bubble around you for about 3-4 hours. People are probably going to comment that you're smelling nice. It's not too pushy. It's lovely. And the sillage is enormous, as I said. A feminine toned to my nose, but men can totally wear this if they want to. Dries down a little musky, a little soapy there. That's why I said men can also wear it if they want to, guys. So this is Flur The Pure, the 9th one and the last one on the lineup. So that's it, guys, from the Diptyque fragrances within my collection. I bought a gift set. It was like this, and it came with the holder in there. I simply removed the holder and I put another Donson because I do have 2 Donsons. One came in the Fast Fingers First, what you call it, discovery set that Skins Cosmetics puts out from time to time. So I removed the second the cover, and I put the second Donson there. But for the purposes of this video, I just removed it and decided to do this to put the other little ones so that you know, I have everything intact there. So that is the gift set. For those who are looking for it, if you're in South Africa, you can purchase it it at Skins Cosmetics. It's still available. And of course, you can purchase it on the actual Diptyque website. I should think they will have these discovery set. Very nice to try out a range of fragrances that is on the pricey side without really breaking the bank. In as much as it's not sensible in terms of size, at least you get to smell a lot of them. I have just smelled 9 for you here. I would have bought the 10th one as a lotion, but I thought, no, let me not do it that way, because I do have a lotion that is also scented in one of the perfumes, but I thought, no, let me not push it to that extent. C Chronicles is my name. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do hope you found this Western Wednesdays interesting. Let me know which Diptyques you have tried and which ones you would like to recommend. Let me know in the comment section which ones that I did bring here that you like. Do turn on post notifications on this channel as well as my other channel, C Chronicles Talking Sense. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Like and share this one. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye for now.